Greetings, I'm Paul Friedman. I'm the founder of the Marriage Foundation, and I welcome you to our channel. The topic we're discussing now is what should I do if my husband is not interested in me? And this is not something that just happened overnight. It's been building, and I'm going to share it with you, the obvious truth. And my hope is that you don't just go, okay, and I'll do this, this, and this. I want you to think deeply about this, because it's possible, if you have the determination to completely transform your marriage and make it into the very reasons why you got married, which is you fell in love, you want happiness and harmony. And here you are, what should I do if my husband is not interested in me, is saying that although he loves you because he asked you to marry him and you've been married now for a while, but what's going on? What's going on? When you got married, you both had these high aspirations of love and harmony till the end of your lives. So, and I don't mean to reduce this down, but I mean to illustrate the point I'm going to make. If you have a cat and you barely feed it, you don't give it any attention, and when you do see it, you're pushing it off the couch and you're scolding it, then it's not going to be very interested in laying by your leg while you're watching TV and purring. It won't do that. It'll go find someone who is more interested in it. You see, we live in a cause and effect world. So when you say, my husband is not interested in me, if you take cause and effect, it's saying that you're not interested in him enough for him to be drawn to you. Nothing just happens on its own in this world. Everything is cause and effect, everything. Newton said, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. This is the law of physics, and the law of physics also applies to our behaviors in the world, how we behave, and the reaction to our behavior. Now, what's very difficult is because you get to know each other when you're married, and this is the problem, you have not had any marriage training whatsoever. And the marriage training that you have had is wrong. I'm not kidding. I started my practice in San Diego. I was a divorce mediator over 22 years ago when I discovered these principles of marriage. And so I had people coming from Hollywood, screenwriters, actors, actresses, and we would sit down, and they all had the same kind of ideas about marriage that their industry promotes in sitcoms and movies, and this is the education. And then when they were taught how to behave in marriage, it changed their lives. So I've written a couple of books, but for you, you may want to consider the course for women. It would get you a lot further along. This is not a time to save money. This is a time to completely turn your marriage around and make him interested in you by doing those things that will make him interested in you. You cannot ever forget cause and effect. So let me ask you a question, and be honest. Do you ever criticize him? It's almost a rhetorical question. Yes, you do. You don't only criticize him to his face, but you criticize him behind his back. You criticize him in your thoughts. It sets up a vibration. It's real. Vibration is real. Do you complain about him? Yes, you do. And you complain to him. You complain about him, maybe even to others, which is a huge no-no. And you complain in your mind. And it's time to proactively work on your marriage in order for it to provide those things that you want. happiness is number one. Love is the way to get that happiness. And harmony will be the result. And you can have a marriage in which you're floating, but you have to do your part. And you can't expect him to do his part. It's an interesting thing about marriage saving that I discovered fairly early on. There's a big thing about couples counseling. Like, well, she's got to do this, he's got to do this, we have to have an agreement about this, we have to talk this through. And none of that is true. None of it works. I tried it in the beginning. It's not a workable solution. You as the individual who are having the problem in your marriage, that he also is having the problem, but because you currently have the interest in transforming your marriage, take it on and just go, I don't need his help. That guy, Paul Friedman from the Marriage Foundation, says, I can do this myself. And you've probably gone to the website and you've looked at all the testimonials and it's making sense to you. And what most people do is they try to do a little bit here and there on their own, and that doesn't work because you need to get deep down thoroughly. And that's why you need our help. That's why we exist. So I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you liked the video. I hope you subscribe so you can hear more and more about marriage. And I hope you get this right. You can. We've reduced it down to a scientific process to make your marriage really cool. So thank you. Again, I'm Paul Friedman, the founder. God bless you, and take care.